Welcome back everyone. Today is an interesting one. We're back in January and I'm actually going to try and approach all of the players that we tried to approach at the start of the year. It's either going to go one of two ways. They're going to all of a sudden want to join us and accept because they're seeing that we're actually doing a decent job, or they're still all going to turn us down and we'll be straight back to square one. First things first though, we do have a game coming up, the Emirates FA Cup. It's a big one. I say it's a big one. I think Colchester may well actually be in League 2 these days, but you know, for Southend it's an Essex derby and we need to do well in the FA Cup. So because of this, I am going to play the game. I'm just looking at the rest of the fixtures there. There doesn't seem to be anybody too big or any big fixtures where any big teams are going to get knocked out. So again, okay, we've got Liverpool derby, Bournemouth versus Arsenal. They are only really the big games, but still, like I said, I feel like I'm going to play this one, so we'll hop into that in just a while. Before I do go and approach any of those players, looking at our team, what do we really need? I feel like the wingers are completely covered off now, and there actually is a lot of those players. Of course, we could do with new defenders, a new centre-back, maybe even a new left-back, and of course, a new goalkeeper eventually. However, our youth player, I can't remember his name exactly, looks like he will be that replacement, so we can hold off on the goalkeeper. Also, another striker, someone up top. In the last episode, we did bring up Morris, but he is only 60. He's young, he's still got a lot of work to do before he'll be a starting 11 player. You actually joined me in the second set of negotiations today. The first one was for Ethan Ampadu, and that was actually just a one-year loan deal. We've tried to go for him. Can't imagine he will want to join, but that's the centre-back position that we really do need to fill. Also, we've got William Gwebbles. We're only going for one-year loan deals on these, mainly because we might actually be able to buy some of these players later on into the future, and we'll just accept that. In fact, no, we'll counter. We'll try and get the wages down a bit to 50-50, and then with that, that is accepted. I didn't think I'd actually be here doing this. We are actually going to try and buy Eddie Nketiah. I feel like he can develop into a very good player, but then again, they are going to want probably more than 1 million. I'm going to go below that and offer like 750. And then if they can't go with that, I will just pull out straight away and then immediately just go for the loan deal. Alright, so as I thought, they actually want 1.4 million for him. We cannot afford that. Maybe if we sell a few players, it might be possible. But for the moment, I'm just going to end this negotiation. As I thought, I really don't think anything has changed. And Ampadu and Gwebbles both have rejected the loan move. So by the looks of it, I don't think any other players are actually going to even consider moving to us. So I probably will end up leaving it like this now. And by that, I actually meant we're going to be keeping our starting 11 and squad more or less exactly the same. I've already made the changes for this game up ahead. We've actually had to make quite a lot due to fitness. The whole front line has changed. Midfield isn't too bad. Hendry's come in at left back. Also John White in at centre back. I'm going to keep Oxley in. Lennon is a little bit low, but again, I'm going to keep them all on. Our bench isn't too great either in terms of fitness, so we will actually make one more change. We will take out Hopper, leave Bailey and Smith Rowe in case we need to bring them on for extra firepower, and I believe that is that. The Essex derby can be underway. Those kits are actually surprisingly similar. I thought it was alright from a distance, but I guess not. I don't know why Southend ditched their orange kit from last year. That was like fantastic. Let me just get that through there, that through there. We are on the counter. Good work by McLaughlin. Good work there. Mantum. Oh, poor angle. Oh, that was really close. Let's get that back out. Back through that gap. Back there. Mantum again. Oh, off the post. And it was offside. Okay. There we go. There we go. McLaughlin. Still got a little bit of stamina and pace. More than the defender, actually. This has got to be the chance. Oh, over the net. This could well be the last chance, or one of the last chances. We need to get to this ball quick, and that is that. Oh, a ball draw to start off the day. I don't know how much I showed either, because really not much happened. That is just poor. That's it really. Just really poor. The rotation just really didn't work at all. We couldn't create any chances. I didn't want to bring on Bailey or Smith Rowe in case it just really didn't work. Bailey's gone up to a 69 in other news, but in doing so and not bringing them on, not winning the match, we have gone ahead and basically got ourselves another game. A replay, I believe, whenever that may be. It's not even on my screen at the moment. So in fact, I'm not sure exactly what is up with that. I really don't know. 0-0. we'll have a replay at some point. I guess they just haven't arranged the date as of yet. I know I said nothing would happen, but I've put an offer in for Brewster. I did actually go here by mistake because I believe John White, someone has approached him to try and get him on a pre-contract, which means I did actually forget to do what I said I'd do last time round and take a look at the squad hub and sort out the players' contracts. Like I said, I was actually deciding on what to do with these guys, whether I should basically sell them on or renew their contracts. Coker and Hendry were two guys that were actually short on contract. They had just 6 months left. I know they've only got 1 year, 6 months now, but they only wanted to renew for a year. But I actually did renew their contracts for the exact same amount of money. I might try the same with Michael Turner, but actually try and get his wages down a bit. I think we could be successful with that. He is getting older, so I don't see a reason why he wouldn't. I was really hoping there could be some way that I'd actually be able to stretch the budget to somehow get Eddie Nketiah, but it's really not going to happen. They wanted 1.4 million. We've only got 6,000 wage now. I tried to obviously reduce those contracts just then, but yeah, there's really nothing that I think we can do. I did try and move for Ryan Brewster, and that was turned down as expected. It was more wishful thinking than anything. I knew more or less that everyone that we tried again was going to turn us down, and I just saw a notice at the top which said that John White is going to be leaving. I guess he's moving on to Cordoba. He wants to go over to Spain for the rest of his playing career, which is fair enough, so he is going to be out of the club. But now we are here on the second match day, up against Portsmouth away from home. Seems to have taken a while in this episode just to get to the second match, but we are finally here. We'll just go through like normal. We've already conceded, which isn't a good start at all. We'll skip on around the 35th minute, which is coming up now, and a 1-1 draw away from home. Portsmouth are a good team. It's a decent start. That game was also actually the return of Drew Yearwood. He's come back from his suspension, and this is his second game back. This time we are at home up against Plymouth, and following on from this, I just saw it before we went onto this match. We actually have the replay of our FA Cup game up against, if I can remember who we're playing, Colchester. So that will be coming up very shortly. We may be short on fitness. I skipped to the end there, and we did win. Simon Cox comes on to score the winner. I'm thinking we're actually going to be really short in terms of fitness for this match, and if you haven't noticed, I've actually put Lewis, the keeper, our superstar who's only like 15. I've started doing training on him. I don't see why I wouldn't, and practically by the time he comes up into the first team, he might actually be good enough to just go straight into the starting 11. He's a 62 at the moment, only 15, so imagine just how far he can go. I decided not to look at the fitness for this one up against Colchester. It is the return leg of our FA Cup, and it's very important because one of our main aims this year is to get into around about the 5th round of the FA Cup. And so far we've hit 30 minutes, nothing's happening. We've actually conceded, so I think the fitness idea might have been a bad decision on my part, because by the looks of it, okay, as soon as I say by the looks of it, we score. It's 1-1, 65th minute. We keep on going. I may as well watch this through to the end. We're in the 80th minute now, and we're losing. And we lost. That is really not good. Really not good at all. For some reason, all the offers are all of a sudden coming in. I know we're still trying to get over the disappointment of the previous events, which I'm not even going to talk about. But look at this. Juventus have put in an offer for Bailey. 1.8 million, which isn't enough. To be fair, if I was going to sell him, I'd want like 5, because then we could actually kind of revamp the team altogether. Kiprianu, again, I don't really think it's even worth selling him. And Drew Yearwood. Again, it's not really anything that we'd actually want to sell him for, not that much. I might try and negotiate this Bailey deal now for something outrageous. If I could get like 4 or 5 million for him, I'm going to sell him. If not, he can stay. And as I thought, that was the easiest way to get rid of him. 5 million, they did not want to pay it, so they are off. I guess after buying Ronaldo, they really can't afford anything, but they thought they'd get him on the cheap. I'm afraid not. Bailey is a key part of our team. He's actually our highest rated player as well. The fitness is a little bit better for this one. This time away against Bradford. We're more or less full, and now in terms of the league, we are actually on the edge of the playoffs still. I think we did play that game in hand as we do go 1-0 down, but quickly equalised by Smith Rowe. We are on the edge of the playoffs. We've played the game in hand, so we're still kind of in that area that we just want to be in. Skip to the end, and Kitely seals the victory for us in the 82nd minute. I'm looking at the calendar once again, and basically today we have got 2 more games. I think that may actually be a good point to leave it, purely because after that we can then see what you guys think and get some feedback on what we should do in the transfer window. Should we just leave it till the end of the month, or should we try and sell some players get Eddie Nketiah or anyone like that on a permanent basis, because otherwise I think our money here is going to go to waste. I guess I could start up some youth academies towards the end of the year. That is always a possibility, so if not, I probably will invest my money there. But now we are just going to get into this first game, and then of course we will end up playing the next game, which just so happens to be against Luton. I swear that is around like the 3rd or 4th time we'll actually be playing a game against Luton this year. I think we played them in the Cup a couple of times, the league already as well. But we've hit the 30th minute in this game and nothing has happened. It looks like, I was going to say, going to be a ball draw, but Coker's injured, Mantum has scored, we skipped to the end, a nice 2-0 victory. Smith Rowe missed a penalty, which isn't great, but that potentially could move us into the playoff spots. Another game pretty much like the first one, where we have been forced into a few changes. As you can see, Kitely is coming to the team, Robinson is coming to the team, also Buomino, mainly because Dimitri was forced out with injury. Hendry's in the team, and John White is also in the team. I think I might actually swap out Smith Rowe. Just one final change. However, I'm not scared to sub him on in this one. Whoever it was, Bailey, he's too low, I think, to be subbed on. So he's going to be going into the reserves on this occasion. We'll quickly take out Dimitri, as we have done there. The rest of the players are all right, I think. We've got some decent resources on the bench if we need it, but I think Luton are quite far down the table, so we should have it in us to win. Oh, what just happened? All I know is that came straight off the post and we're running it a bit close. 2 off there, get that ball through there, back there again, everywhere. I don't even know. Cross it up. Bicycle kick and miles out. Okay, lovely recovery there. We can cross. Someone get the end of this one. Nope. For seconds. And Kitely. How did that not go in the back of the net? Somebody tell me. Oh, no. Dieng, he's got the space, he can shoot. Not good enough though. Another ball draw, really? As soon as I throw this, I think that is it. And it is. I don't know how that's happened. Both games I've played today have ended up 0-0. I know we've had rotated squads each time, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're missing that one kind of electric player and maybe that one really creative player in midfield. I can't even explain how much a victory would have done for us there. We would have finished off the episode on a high. And if we actually do look at the league table, look at the points. We are in 6th with 50 points. 3rd place have 52. There's 2 points between 4 teams, and we would have actually been there. Looking at goal difference as well, I think we would actually end up being in 3rd, but it obviously wasn't meant to be. As I said, I think we need that kind of creative player. We've got the driving force, we've got Manton, we've got Yearwood, we've got a defensive midfielder in Hyam, we've got decent wingers, none of them are extremely pacey. I think we need a really pacey striker. For me, I'd say Nketiah. Should I try and buy him next time? I would have to sell some other players perhaps. So if you do think I should do that, make sure you let me know in the comments section down below. If you think I should sign anyone else, let me know the exact same thing. Or if I should just hold off altogether until next season, wait and see what I can do then, and just invest again into youth for the season ahead, the remainder of this season, because that could be a good idea. It seems to be working relatively well so far. We have our guys coming up and coming through. We've got 2 or 3 guys that have a lot of potential. Obviously, Bailey is the main example. He's already broken through into the team. He's our best player now in terms of rating. So that is about that. Let me know down below. That's all I can say. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit a like on it. Stay subscribed as well. And I will see you all next time for another career mode video.
I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along.